Good morning to you all. I am Clarice Myers coming to you live this morning on this Thursday. Could you believe it? I was just saying to my friends that today will make 1 week since I'm back in the States. And I was saying I'm being honest. I kind of wish I was back in the Virgin Islands, but that's okay. We move on. We live every day. And I'm speaking to spiritual entrepreneurs who know that they want more, want to do more with their lives. And good morning. I see somebody joining me here. Oh, good morning, Doswell. Good morning. I can wave to you. And so I'm doing a segment this week. I'll probably continue it into next week. Good morning, Cousin Jay. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. Glad that you can join me this morning. And Cousin Jay, you joining me from the greater Chicago area. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be talking some more about creating the life that you want, creating your awesome, your amazing life. Because Tony Robbins said that the best way to predict your future is to create it. So how do you go about creating that, that incredible life that you've always dreamed about? Well, again, it starts with you. And so today I'm just going to talk about some blunt things that sometimes we don't want to face, or we would prefer to think about it later or completely ignore it. But the way I feel is we sometimes hold on to baggage, stuff in our lives, and we can't seem to put it away. But if we approach it honestly and do all that we can, because after all, that's what we're doing. Spiritual entrepreneurs trying to make the best out of their lives, make the best life possible, be your best. And so one of the things that we can do is to value relationships. I'm not talking just about with your friends, but relationships with your families, your professional relationship. Value them. And how do you go about doing that? Well, that golden rule. These are things that we already know, but maybe we're not necessarily putting it into practice. The golden rule was that do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. So that might be becoming more mindful or selfless, thinking less of yourself and more thoughtful of others. And I'm so glad Facebook has this. And thank you. Thank you, Ms. Young, Team Young, for mentioning this yesterday in your live. Facebook has a way of reminding us about those special days in other people's lives, like anniversaries and birthdays and those special days. Well, you see that it may come across your screen. Don't ignore it. It just takes a little button, just click on it, or a heart, or you could even say there was happy anniversary, or some kind word. So that golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you. I'm sure when you have your special days, your birthdays, it's really nice when somebody remembers. And granted, our memories are not that keen that we remember everything. So Facebook has that feature. Thank you for reminding us, Ms. Young. Also, another thing that you can do is be more forgiving. None of us in this life, none of us are perfect. And as we're on our life's journey, we make mistakes. We may hurt someone's feelings, maybe not intentionally, or we do something that cause harm. Be willing to ask for forgiveness. And if someone wrongs us, be willing to forgive. Now, it's a big thing, because sometimes that hurt can be so deep that it just kind of like takes over our life, that you can't think of anything but that hurt. And you keep replaying it in your mind and wallowing it, just going over and over. And we shouldn't do that. The only way we can actually move forward with that is to ask for help. And our supreme being who created us, he knows everything about us. But if we stay connected to him and ask him, he will help us to do that. Because That's not something that's easily done. And the thing about that is sometimes we allow whatever hurt that that person may have done to us to affect not just our relationship with that person, but with their siblings, with their children, and before you know it, it's a barrier that can continue for a next generation or two generations or whatever. So we ought to, number one, not number one, I don't know what number this is on, but not hold grudges. Be willing to forgive and ask for forgiveness, because none of us are perfect. All right. The next thing is that only you can control you. Only you can control your actions, your words, your deeds. Nobody else can do it for you. And if we're mindful of that and remind ourselves, encourage ourselves, we sometimes need to speak words to ourselves to encourage us to do those things, to be more kind, to be more loving, to speak words of hope, words that give life into others, and not words that will tear others down. So some of these things I know some of us don't want to hear. We don't want to. Oh, you know what? I don't feel like hearing that today, or whatever. But we have to be honest with ourselves, because like I said, none of us are perfect. We make mistakes. But we have to be willing to admit them and to move on. Because in creating that amazing life, you want to be able to have a clear conscience. Have a clear conscience as you go by, as you live your life every day, not to be carrying around baggage that holds you back, because all this stuff can block the flow of gifts to you. You're cutting your lifeline, your life support off when you harbor some of these things. So these are just a few little thoughts that has been going through my mind that I thought someone can benefit from. Good morning to you. Thank you, Charles, for joining me. I'm just sharing some thoughts about how we can live a more amazing life, getting rid of baggage. And one of the baggage things that holds us back is the relationship we have with others, with our family, with our friends. We can make it better. We need to be more selfless and more thoughtful of others. All right, so that's what I have for you this morning. I also have a link in the description inviting you to join a group that I've created called Spiritual Entrepreneur Goal Achievers. And if we want to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves, we have to release some of the baggage and all the things that hold us back. And also I have a link in there for a webpage that I have. It's called Reese'sDomain.com. Oh, good. Thank you, Cousin Jay, for the hearts and the loves. Thank you. Good morning, Lee. Good morning. Glad that you can join me this morning, too. Do me a favor. I always forget to do this. If you've gained anything from what I've shared, and I know we all are human beings and we all have a relationship here or there that may need some work, we can turn our good relationships with others into great ones by just doing some simple, thoughtful things, genuinely. All right. So tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to be back and have another exciting or another nugget, something that can help you in creating that amazing life that you deserve and that you want. All right. Thank you. Oh, hi, Lulu. See you later. Bye now.